Good evening, everyone. Just to say I am here. We are all working. I do apologise for the earlier problems with Facebook on the news programme at 6 o'clock. Unfortunately, Facebook have a habit of doing updates without telling anyone, and you don't find out until you try and go live, and then the connection just will not work. So I had to uninstall software and reinstall it in between the news programme and this. So I do apologise for loss of service earlier. I will post up the news programme on Facebook. It did go out on YouTube, and I did try to get a message up on Facebook for you, but the quiz will be going out on all channels at 7:30, so get your paper and pencils ready, and I will see you in 8 or 9 minutes' time. Well, good evening. Here we are yet again, and we're actually working, which is even better than we had earlier this evening. So I will apologise yet again for those of you that tried to join the parish news programme or the White Reeds news programme at 6 o'clock on the church Facebook group. Facebook decided sometime since the middle of week to do an update to their software, which rendered our link between our broadcast software and Facebook useless. Of course, you don't find out until you press the button to start broadcasting, and it doesn't link up, which is too late then. So I do apologise. I did try and get a message up to give you a quick link over to the White Regis TV YouTube site, because that's the shortest link I could type in. So I know some of you did join us there. I will download a copy of the news programme and paste it up on Facebook later this evening, so those of you that missed it can catch up with it on Facebook if it's too difficult to go anywhere else to see it. So welcome to everyone tonight. We've got 4 channels live, all fed from one. So we've got Twitter, Periscope, we've got Facebook group, we've got the church YouTube channel, and we've got the White Regis TV YouTube channel live, all together and all linked up as one. So there we go. Hopefully you are prepared. You have a cup of tea or coffee, a glass of red or white wine, a gin and tonic, or whatever takes your fancy tonight, and you're sat comfortable and warm. It's been an absolutely atrocious day outside, so hopefully it's warm inside where you are. So let's just say good evening to a few people, to Cassie, to Sheila, to Gina and family, to Angela Welton, Janet Hall, Gina again. Gina pops up rather a lot on the screen tonight. I think she's been a bit cheeky tonight. I think we're in for trouble from the Bolt family. To Les, Angela Pierce, Steph, the Gills, Andrew, Evelyn, Jeff. Who else have we got? I don't know. Let's go over on YouTube. Who have we got on YouTube? Anyone I can see on YouTube? We've got Gillian on one of the YouTube channels. Have we got anybody else shouting out? Nobody else shouting out on the other YouTube channels yet. Trying to keep an eye on it all this evening. So, yes, well, hopefully we'll have a good quiz tonight. And the good news is, I bought myself 2 more quiz books. So here's a new quiz book. Here we go. The Ultimate Pub Quiz we're going to try tonight. This is bang up to date, 2020. Just a month or so ago it was published. So the questions, hopefully, will be up to date, and not like we've had the last few weeks, where we occasionally get a question where the answer is about 5 years out of date. But it does mean now I've got over 50,000 quiz questions I can ask, so that's the good news. I've got rather a lot of thick books. Now the only thing with this is we've been doing rounds of 30 questions. I've got 2 new quiz books. They're only rounds of 20 questions. So the rounds tonight will be 20 questions long, but I've slipped an extra round in of something a little bit different. So we'll do 1 round of questions, then I'll slip the other round in and we'll see what happens. And then we'll have 2 further rounds of questions tonight. If you haven't joined us before, it's quite simple. I read out the questions. I'll read them a couple of times out, so just in case the internet blips and you miss it, because that does happen. So I'll read them a couple of times. We'll go through the 20 questions. Then I go back and I go through them a 3rd time at speed. In case you've lost your connection, you've joined us late, you've got a question you weren't sure about and you want to check. So you'll get to hear the questions at least 3 times before I do the answers. We don't post the answers up on the screen or anything. You write them down on a piece of paper, you mark your own piece of paper, and then you just pop your score up in the chat, either on Facebook or on YouTube, wherever you are. If you don't put your score up, that's absolutely fine. It's all for fun. We trust you all to mark your own things, and it's just to say it's for fun. There's no prizes, there's no charges. It's just about doing something a bit different than watching boring old TV that repeats bringing the old stuff out yet again, because unfortunately the TV companies have not been able to produce much new stuff recently. So that's why we started doing it, and to make sure that people during this awful coronavirus thing could at least get together online once a week and have some fun. So yes, who else we got? Anybody else popped up? Cassie, we've mentioned Tracy. Hi, Tracy and Lisa. Tracy and Lisa are zooming. What are they doing? They're zooming and watching on YouTube. Oh, I think they're linked up together, if I remember. Yeah, they watch on YouTube and then they link themselves together, so they're a small team. So people are doing all sorts of weird things. I know the Rivers were doing something clever like that, with one family member up in Canterbury and the rest in Weymouth, and they were linking together and joining in as well. So people are trying all sorts of weird and wonderful things to be on our quiz here this evening. So you're all very, very welcome. We've got quite a few people online, so we've got about 40 or odd connections as far as I can see at the moment from the various channels. Yeah, about 40 odd at the moment. So, if there's a couple of people in each household, and there might be more in some, we've probably got 80 plus people online this evening joining in with our quiz. So you're all very welcome. And are we ready to start? I think I've given people time to join in. So we've got 4 rounds tonight, 3 traditional rounds, but there are 20 questions this time, and then one something a bit different for round 2. So our first round tonight is called Bread and Butter. Bread and butter. Now let me get my green magic ruler. So this is my magic ruler, as you can see. It's very magic because it makes me disappear. You see, I can disappear. So, are we ready with our first round tonight on bread and butter? Bread and butter. Okay, so question number 1. Which word describes bread made without yeast? Which word describes bread made without yeast? That's our first question tonight. Which word describes bread made without yeast? Okay, number two tonight. Butterfly is a technique in which sport? I don't know what that's to do with bread and butter, do you? Butterfly. Oh, I suppose it's got butter in it, hasn't it? Yeah, butterfly. That's why it's bread and butter, isn't it? I've worked it out now. Is a technique in which sport? Butterfly is a technique in which sport? That's question number 2. Question number 3. Which Greek bread is pocket shaped? Which Greek bread is pocket shaped? That's question number 3 this evening. Which Greek bread is pocket shaped? Number 4. Which brand of bread was advertised by a man pushing a bicycle up a very steep hill? And I'll give you an extra point if you know where the hill is or what the hill's called. So which brand of bread was advertised by a man pushing a bicycle up a very steep hill? That was question number 4. Question number 5. Who was the sister of Adrian, Billy, Jack and Joey in Bread? Who was the sister of Adrian, Billy, Jack and Joey in the sitcom Bread? That was question number 5. Right. Just to let me down, in brackets, let me down, and mess me around is a lyric from which song? Just to let me down in brackets, and mess me around is a lyric from which song? That was question number 6. Question number 6. Number 7. Bread sauce is traditionally served at which festive meal? Bread sauce is traditionally served at which festive meal? Number 8. The name of which snack provided hot butter with a hit in 1972? The name of which snack provided hot butter with a hit in 1972? There we go. That was question number 8. Question number 9. The restaurant Breadsticks featured in which US TV series? The restaurant Breadsticks featured in which US TV series? Question number 10. So halfway through the first round. Buttermere is a lake in which English county? Buttermere is a lake in which English county? So that's 10 questions in the first round. I wonder how you're doing this evening. Are those good questions for you? Are they easy? Are they difficult? How are you doing this evening, I wonder? How are you doing this evening? Hopefully they're not too bad. We don't like too difficult ones to start with, do we? Because it puts people off. Okay, question 11 then. In which country is the opera Madame Butterfly set? In which country is the opera Madame Butterfly set? That's question number 11. Number 12. Butterscotch is a variety of what type of sweet? Butterscotch is a variety of what type of sweet? Matthew wants them a bit easier. Well, they might be easy to some. It just depends if you know the answers, whether they're easy or not, doesn't it? Here we go. Here's an easy one then. Here's an easy one. Most of you, if not all of you, will get this one. Bread and which other item are taken at Holy Communion in the Christian Church? Bread and which other item are taken at communion in the Christian Church? Hopefully you've all got that one. That one's not too difficult. Even I can manage that one. This one's for all you cooks out there, the next one. The next one's for all you cooks. Which spice is traditionally added to bread and butter pudding? We do like a nice bit of bread and butter pudding. We like bread pudding and bread and butter pudding. Which spice is traditionally added to bread and butter pudding? That was number 14. Number 14. Number 15. Number 15. What part of an animal is the sweet bread? What part of an animal is the sweet bread? These are all bread and butter. Bread and butter. There's a link with bread and butter in every question. So number 15. What part of an animal is the sweet bread? Number 16, for Gilbert and Sullivan fans, the song I'm Called Little Buttercup appears in which Gilbert and Sullivan operetta? The song I'm Called Little Buttercup appears in which Gilbert and Sullivan operetta? Now don't worry if you're not getting these answers, because if you don't know the answers, take it as an educational evening. You're learning the answers. We're improving your knowledge in subjects you don't know anything about. So don't worry. It doesn't matter if you get 20 out of 20 or 1 out of 20. Nobody worries. I'm absolutely hopeless. I'm probably the worst of the lot, and that's why I picked to be the quiz master, because I'd probably end up with 2 out of 20. So that's why I'm sat here reading the questions, because I've got the answers in the book, and that's the nearest I'm going to get to finding the answers is looking them up in a book. So that was number 16. The song I'm Called Little Buttercup appears in which Gilbert and Sullivan operetta? Number 17. What is the French term for butter sauce? What is the French term for butter sauce? And I do know that one. I do know the answer to that one. What is the French term for butter sauce? Here we go. Number 18. What colour is a butter bean? What colour is a butter bean? I think I know that one as well. I don't like butter beans, but I think I know what colour they are. What colour is a butter bean? Number 19. What word completes the phrase bread is the staff of something? What word completes the phrase bread is the staff of something? That was number 19. And number 20, the last one in this round, and I will zip through them once more time, so don't panic if you've missed one or you're not sure on one. We will go through them one more time. The band Bread was formed in which decade? The band Bread was formed in which decade? So that's our first 20 questions. I'll just give you a chance to zip down through and see if there's any you want to check or any you didn't get on the way through, and then we'll zip through once again and I'll read through them again. But I'm going to show you my magic trick. Here's my glass of water. Do you think I can make this glass of water disappear? There you go, look. It's gone, look. It's gone. There you go. See, magic glass of water. There we go. I thought you'd like that. Okay then, let's just zip through these one more time before we do the answers to round 1 on bread and butter. Number 1. Which word describes bread made without yeast? Number 2. Butterfly is a technique in which sport? Number 3. Which Greek bread is pocket shaped? Number 4. Which brand of bread was advertised by a man pushing a bicycle up a very steep hill? And if you know the name of the hill and the name of the town, you can have some extra points because I'm feeling generous tonight. Number 5. Who was the sister of Adrian, Billy, Jack and Joey in the sitcom Bread? Then we've got number 6. Just to Let Me Down, in brackets let me down, and mess me around is a lyric from which song? Number 7. Bread sauce is traditionally served at which festive meal? Number 8. The name of which snack provided hot butter with a hit in 1972? The name of which snack provided hot butter with a snack in 1972? Number 9. The restaurant Bread Sticks featured in which US TV series? Number 10. Buttermere is a lake in which English county? Number 11. In which country is the opera Madame Butterfly set? Number 12. Butterscotch is a variety of what type of sweet? Number 13. Bread and which other item are taken at Holy Communion in the Christian Church? Number 14. Which spice is traditionally added to bread and butter pudding? Number 15. What part of an animal is the sweet bread? Number 16. The song I'm Called Little Buttercup appears in which Gilbert and Sullivan operetta? Number 17. What is the French term for butter sauce? Number 18. What colour is a butter bean? Number 19. What word completes the phrase bread is the staff of something? And number 20. The band Bread was formed in which decade? Now, let me just find the answers to these. I didn't. I normally actually print the answers out separately, but I'm going to flick the page over tonight. I thought I'd save some paper. So, are you ready to mark your own answers on round 1, bread and butter? So, number 1, which word describes bread made without yeast? And the answer is unleavened. Unleavened. Number 2. Butterfly is a technique in which sport? And the answer is swimming. Swimming. Butterfly stroke. Number 3. Which Greek bread is pocket shaped? And it's pita. Pita bread. Number 4. Which brand of bread was advertised by a man pushing a bicycle up a very steep hill? It was Hovis. And I said you could have some extra points if you knew the town. The town is Shaftesbury. And the name of the hill, it's Gold Hill. So it's Hovis, Shaftesbury and Gold Hill. So you can have an extra 2 points, 1 for Shaftesbury and 1 for Gold Hill if you got those. Number 5. Who was the sister of Adrian, Billy, Jack and Joey in the sitcom Bread? It was Aveline. Aveline. A-V-E-L-I-N-E. Then we got number 6. Just to Let Me Down in brackets, and Mess Me Around is a lyric from which song? And it's Build Me Up Buttercup from the Foundations. You can have 2 points if you've got Build Me Up Buttercup and Foundations. If you've got the Foundations or you've got Build Me Up Buttercup, you can just have 1. Because I'm feeling generous tonight. Next one. Bread sauce is traditionally served at which festive meal? It's Christmas lunch. I will accept Christmas dinner. I think lunch is being, absolutely perfectly correct because it's at lunchtime normally. but Christmas dinner is also acceptable. Number 8. The name of which snack provided hot butter with a hit in 1972? And it's popcorn. Popcorn. Number 9. The restaurant Breadsticks featured in which US TV series? The answer is Glee. G-L-E-E. Glee. Now, number 10. Buttermere is a lake in which English county? Now, hopefully our holiday company that are on tonight from Crossways Travel should know the answer to this one. They were moaning that they didn't know the answers to some of them. They were too difficult. Hopefully you've got Crossways Travel. Cumbria. Cumbria. Because I think you do tours to the lakes, or you have done. Number 11. In which country is the opera Madame Butterfly set? It is set in Japan. Number 11, Japan. Number 12. Butterscotch is a variety of what type of sweet? The answer is toffee. Toffee. Number 13. Bread and which other item are taken at Holy Communion in the Christian Church? It is wine. Bread and wine. Number 14. Which spice is traditionally added to a bread and butter pudding? It is nutmeg. Nutmeg. Nothing like a nice bread and butter pudding with some nutmeg in. Number 15. Which part of an animal is the sweetbread? It's the pancreas. The pancreas. Number 16. The song I'm Called Little Buttercup appears in which Gilbert and Sullivan operetta? It's HMS Pinafore. HMS Pinafore. Number 17. What is the French term for butter sauce? It's beurre blanc. Beurre blanc. Number 18. What colour is a butter bean? It is white. White. Number 19. What word completes the phrase bread is the staff of something? And the answer is life. Bread is the staff of life. And number 20. The band Bread was formed in which decade? It's the 1960s. If anybody has got a date, an actual year down, or would like to scribble a year down quickly and guess the year, for an extra point, the year was 1968. 1968. So a few extra points on that round. So if you've marked your scores and you're happy to own up to what you scored, if you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. Pop your scores up in the chat and share them with everybody else. If you don't want to share them, that's absolutely fine too. It's not a problem at all. So that's our first round tonight. Our first round. How did you do with that? 15 for Angela Pierce. Well done, Angela. 12 for Les. 12 for Evelyn. Well done. 19 for the Rivers. 22 for Angela Welton. 14 for Tracy. 15 for Gina. 16 for the Dillistons. 17 for Richard. Got some good scores here. 20 for Steph. 19 for Cassie. 15 for the Gills. Denise, 14. Well done. 17 for the Thomases. Andrew, 15. Let me zip over onto YouTube, see if anybody's put any scores up in YouTube. 12 for Gillian. With the help of the Hovis question. Now, you got some extra points for the Hovis question, Gillian, did you? Well done. That's good. Anybody else on YouTube going to put their scores up? You don't have to. I'm just zipping around between all of the channels just to check. No, nobody else going to put their scores up on YouTube. That's absolutely fine. 14 for John. Excellent. Well, that wasn't a bad first round, was it? That wasn't a bad first round. Right, we're going to try something different for round 2. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but this book has got some picture quizzes in it. And because I didn't have time to fuss around too much with it, I've just scanned the page and I'm going to put it up. I hope it's going to be clear enough. For a future week, I might do it a bit different. But we're going to put the picture quiz up and see how we do. Hopefully it's going to be clear enough for you. Let me just get the picture quiz page up. So here we go. Some pictures coming up. Hopefully. Here we go. Oh, there we go. So hopefully you can see those. Let me just have a look, see if I can see them when they come up on my screen, see how clear they are. They'll be up in a second. There's a bit of a delay with this. You're receiving things about 20 seconds after I broadcast them. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. That's quite clear. That's quite clear. So there's 9 pictures on your screen, and the question is, what are the names of these authors? What are the names of these authors, named 1 to 9? See how many of those that you know. And just so you don't feel too bad, I think I know 2, possibly 3, without looking at the answers. So I'm sure lots of you will know more than that. But yeah, I'm just... So we'll just take a minute or two to have a look at those. There's no rush. Have a look at those pictures and just see if you know who they are. So I'll give you another minute or so just to see how you do with those. Just checking they're all looking clear on each channel. They're all up on each channel. That's good. Looking nice and clear. Excellent. So 9 authors. Who are the 9 authors? I don't think it helps that they're black and white, because there's one on there I do know, but I didn't recognise it from the picture. So let's see how we do. Okay, shall we go through the answers on the authors? Are you ready? So we'll start with number 1. Number one is Sir Terry Pratchett. Sir Terry Pratchett, number 1. Now, number 2 is one I didn't recognise, probably because it's a black and white photo, but it's J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is number 2. So we've got Sir Terry Pratchett, number 1, J.K. Rowling, number 2. Number 3 I did recognise, that's David Walliams. David Walliams. David Walliams. Number 4 is an author I do know, and I know what they look like, but I didn't recognise the picture. It's Jeffrey Archer. Number 4 is Jeffrey Archer, who I didn't recognise from that picture, I have to be honest. So number 4 is Jeffrey Archer. Number 5 is Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy. Number 6. Number 6 is Neil Gaiman. I think that's how you say it. Gaiman. Neil Gaiman. Number 7, I didn't know this one, is George R.R. Martin. George R.R. Martin. Number 8, the next one, which I'm a bit embarrassed about because I have met this person and I didn't recognise her at first, is Fern Britton. Fern Britton is number 8. And finally, number 9 is Stephen King. Stephen King. So just go through those again. Number 1, Sir Terry Pratchett. Number 2, J.K. Rowling. Number 3, David Walliams. Number 4, Jeffrey Archer. Number 5, Leo Tolstoy. Number 6, Neil Gaiman. Number 7, George R.R. Martin. Number 8, Fern Britton. And number 9, Stephen King. How did you do with our picture quiz this evening? Just something a little bit different. How did you do with that this evening? Was that easy for you? All you people that read a lot? Gina 4. Oh well, not quite so easy. 6 for the Rivers. 7 for Sheila. 8 for Cassie. 6 for Angela Welton. 8 for Steph. 7 for the Thomases. 5 for Denise. 6 for Richard. Only 4 for Angela Pierce. 3 for Les. Well, we've got a mixed bag there, haven't we? A mixed bag there. Let's just see if anybody's got any scores on YouTube. 4 for Gillian over on YouTube. I like the picture round, even though I thought I might not recognise them. All right, picture rounds are good. It just breaks it up a bit, doesn't it? It makes it a little bit different. But this book has got several picture rounds in. I've just got to work out how to get them clearer up on the screen, really. 3 for the Dillistons, 3 for Tracy, 7 for Andrew, and 4 for Tracy. Oh, right, 3, no 4. All right, you can't count. Excellent. There we go. So that was a bit different, wasn't it? A bit different, that round. So we'll move on to our next round. Our next round is going to be our pot luck round. Our pot luck round. So let me just find the one I've chosen. Here we go, our pot luck round. So this is our third round. So we're going to have 4 rounds tonight. 4 rounds because they're slightly shorter. But we'll do our pot luck round now. So, question 1 on our potluck round. What was measured using an ancient device known as a clepsydra? Clepsydra. C-L-E-P-S-Y-D-R-A. What was measured using... I better take the pictures off because you won't be able to see me. You can't see me, can you? Oh, there we go. I'm back, look. I'm back. Sorry about that. I forgot I'd covered myself up with pictures. So number 1, what maybe you prefer it with me covered up with a load of pictures actually. What was measured using the ancient device known as a clepsydra? C-L-E-P-S-Y-D-R-A. That's question number 1 in round 3. Question number 2. What type of pasta derives its name from the Italian word for corkscrew? What type of pasta derives its name from the Italian word for corkscrew? Oh, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Number 3. How are you on your ologies? How are you on your ologies? It's an ology question. Of what is agrostology the study? Of what is agrostology the study? How are you with your ologies? Number 4. Los Ticos is the nickname of which country's national football teams? Los Ticos is the nickname of which country's national football teams? Number 5, a film question. Who played Zeus in the 2010 film Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief? Who played Zeus in the 2010 film Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief? Number 6, some song lyrics. Ain't that Mr. Mister on the radio stereo? It's a lyric from which 2009 song? So what 2009 song is this the lyrics from? Ain't that Mr. Mister on the radio stereo? I haven't got a clue. Doesn't ring a bell at all with me. Number 7. Who, with assistance from her gardener, created the Minack Theatre in Cornwall in the early 1930s? Who, with the assistance from her gardener, created the Minack Theatre in Cornwall in the early 1930s? I know where the Minack Theatre is. Not sure I know the answer to that one. Number 8. In July 2019, so this is a right bang up to date question, shows how new the book is. In July 2019, a street in which Welsh town was measured by the hang on, let me read this again. In July 2019, a street in which Welsh town was measured by the Guinness Book of World Records as being the steepest in the world. A record it later lost to a street in New Zealand. Oh yes, I remember that. So in July 2019, a street in which a Welsh town was measured by the Guinness Book of World Records as being the steepest in the world. A record it later lost to a street in New Zealand. Who's into Shakespeare? Here's a Shakespeare question coming. Perdita falls in love with which character in Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale? Perdita falls in love with which character in Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale? Number 10. What type of creature is an albacore? ALBACORE. What type of creature is an albacore? Bum 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 bum. Number 11. Oceanen Lake lies in which European country? Oceanen Lake lies in which European country? And I know there's somebody listening tonight that's actually been there, but I'm not going to tell you who. Oceanen Lake lies in which European country? In fact, there's probably more than one person listening tonight who's been there actually. Number 12. Bo Bice and Diana DeGarmo have been runners-up on which long-running musical talent show? Bo Bice and Diana DeGarmo have been runners-up on which long-running musical talent show? Number 13. What was the original name of the company that built the first Jaguar cars? What was the original name of the company that built the first Jaguar cars? Number 14. Who played Colonel Lucas in the 1979 film Apocalypse Now? Who played Colonel Lucas in the 1979 film Apocalypse Now? That was number 14. Number 15. What name was given to the NASA rover that landed on Mars in 1997? What name was given to the NASA rover that landed on Mars in 1997? Number 16. The former kingdom of Dahomey, Dahomey, is part of which modern-day African country? The former kingdom of Dahomey is part of which modern-day African country? Number 17. Founded in 1898 and closed in 1969, Studley College for Women taught which two subjects? Founded in 1898 and closed in 1969, Studley College for Women taught which two subjects? Number 18. What adjective is given to a computer program that uses rules based on previous experience to solve a problem? What adjective is given to a computer program that uses rules based on previous experience to solve a problem? Number 19. In sport, for what is a Zamboni machine used? In sport, for what is a Zamboni machine used? And number 20. The TV series Grantchester is based on a collection of short stories by which author? The TV series Grantchester is based on a collection of short stories by which author? Right, I will zip through those again quickly, so just have a look, see if there's any you want to check on the way through. And we will zip through those once more before we do the answers. Here we go then. What was measured using the ancient device known as a clepsydra? Clepsydra. Number 2, which type of pasta derives its name from the Italian word for corkscrew? Number 3, of what is agrostology the study? Number 4, Los Ticos is the name or the nickname of which country's national football team? Number 5, who played Zeus in the 2010 film Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief? Number 6, Ain't That Mr. Mr. on the Radio Stereo is a lyric from which 2009 song? Number 7, who, with assistance from her gardener, created the Minack Theatre in Cornwall in the early 1930s? Number 8, in July 2019, a street in which Welsh town was measured by the Guinness Book of World Records as being the steepest in the world, a record it later lost to a street in New Zealand. Number 9, Perdita falls in love with which character in Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale? Number 10, what type of creature is an albacore? Number 11, Oceanen Lake lies in which European country? Number 12, Bo Bice and Diana DeGarmo have been runners-up on which long-running musical talent show? Number 13, what was the original name of the company that built the first Jaguar cars? Number 14, who played Colonel Lucas in the 1979 film Apocalypse Now? Number 15, what name was given to the NASA rover that landed on Mars in 1997? Number 16, the former kingdom of Dahomey is part of which modern-day African country? Number 17, founded in 1898 and closed in 1969, Studley College for Women taught which two subjects? Number 18, what adjective is given to a computer program that uses rules based on previous experience to solve a problem? Number 19, in sport for what is a Zamboni machine used? And number 20, the TV series Grantchester is based on a collection of short stories from which author? So, are we ready? How did you do with these? Let's have a look. So, number 1, what was measured using the ancient device known as a clepsydra? It's time. Number 2, which type of pasta derives its name from the Italian word for corkscrew? It's cavatappi. Cavatappi. Number 3, of what is agrostology the study? It's the study of grasses. Number 4, Los Ticos is the nickname of which country's national football team? It's Costa Rica. Number 5, who played Zeus in the 2010 film Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief? It was Sean Bean. Number 6, Ain't That Mr. Mr. on the Radio Stereo is a lyric from which 2009 song? It's Hey Soul Sister by Train. Hey Soul Sister by Train. If you've got both, you can have 2 points. If you've got Hey Soul Sister and you've got Train, you can have 2 points. Number 7, who with assistance from a gardener created the Minack Theatre in Cornwall in the early 1930s? Rowena Cade. Number 8, in July 2019, a street in which Welsh town was measured by the Guinness Book of World Records as being the steepest in the world, a record it later lost to a street in New Zealand. Number 8 was Harlech. And they've got it in Welsh as well, but I'm not going to try and read that out because it says Ford Penlec or something like that, but it's Harlech. Number 9. Perdita falls in love with which character in Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale? It is Florizel. Florizel? Florizel. Number 10. What type of creature is an albacore? It's a fish. A fish. Number 11. Ocean End Lake lies in which European country? Denise, I hope you got this. It's Switzerland. And you have been there a few times, I think. I have a nice photo somewhere of you taken of you sat on the edge of the lake or with the lake in the background, sat on a rock, if I remember, somewhere here. Number 12. Bo Bice and Diana DeGarmo have been runners-up on which long-running musical talent show? Hang on, I've lost the page. It's American Idol. American Idol. Number 13. What was the original name of the company that built the first Jaguar cars? Now, this is interesting because I didn't know this one. Are you ready for this one? It is the Swallow Sidecar Company. The Swallow Sidecar Company. Oh, that's interesting. I never knew that. Number 14. Who played Colonel Lucas in the 1979 film Apocalypse Now? It was Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford. Number 15. What was the name given to the NASA rover that landed on Mars in 1997? It's Sojourner. Sojourner. Number 16. The former kingdom of Dahomey is part of which modern-day African country? Is Benin. Benin. B-E-N-I-N. Number 17. Founded in 1898 and closed in 1969, Studley College for Women taught which two subjects? It's horticulture and agriculture. Number 18. What adjective is given to a computer program that uses rules based on previous experience to solve a problem? And it's heuristic. Heuristic. H-E-U-R-istic. Number 19. Another one I didn't know. This is an interesting one. In sport, for what is a Zamboni machine used? I wonder if anybody's got this one. In sport, for what is a Zamboni machine used? It's used for resurfacing an ice rink. Resurfacing an ice rink. And number 20. The TV series Grantchester is based on a collection of short stories by which author? It's James Runcie. James Runcie. I wonder how you did with that round. Our potluck round this evening. How do we get on with our potluck round this evening? We've got one more round to come up. But pop up your scores on the doors and let's see how you're done. While I look up for the last quiz tonight. Here we go. Living in Canada, we got the Zamboni question. Oh, well done, Cassie. I've never heard of a Zamboni. 1 for Gina. Goodness gracious, Gina. 0. 0. 1. Goodness me. We've never had zeros before. 1, Sheila. 2 for Denise. Goodness. 100. Everybody's really struggled with that round, haven't they? That's probably been the lowest scoring round we've ever done. You don't like the new book? Oh, okay. We'll go back to the old book next week then. Or I'll try my other new book. I think those were supposed to be easy questions, those ones. Goodness me. They were supposed to be easy, I think. Just as well I didn't pick the hard ones. Right. Okay, let's go for the last round. This is supposed to be an easy round. It's based on the UK. So hopefully this one won't be so bad. I've actually looked down and I actually know the answer to a few of these. So hopefully this one won't be too bad. Okay, maybe we'll try the other new book next week and see how we do that one. But you did like the picture round, didn't you? So maybe we'll do the pictures from this book and we won't do the other questions. But let's try the last round tonight and see how we do. See, I thought you were all really good quizzes, and I mean, some of you have been getting really high scores, and I've actually caught you out with that round tonight, haven't I? Goodness gracious. Well, I'm sorry about that, but never mind. Maybe you learned something. I certainly did. I know what a Zamboni is now, and I know what I can't remember what it is now. The one that was a fish. Right. Okay. Here we go then. Our last round tonight. Our last round. Question number 1. Who was the first Prime Minister to occupy 10 Downing Street? Who was the first Prime Minister to occupy 10 Downing Street? Number 2. The Kelpies sculptures near Falkirk are based on which animal? What's that to say? Can you see the questions beforehand? Well, no, there's no point on that, is it? Number 3. In which in which decade was the National Cyber Security Centre established in the UK? In which decade was the National Cyber Security Centre established in the UK? Now, this one you will all get. I promise you, you should all get the next question. All right? Which Wiltshire monument is a focal point for the celebration of the summer and winter solstices? Now, nobody should get that one wrong. So you're all going to get 1 point at least. Which Wiltshire monument is the focal point for the celebration of the summer and winter solstices? Number 5. Who was the UK leader of the opposition from 2001 to 2003? Who was the UK leader of the opposition from 2001 to 2003? Oh, so you can learn them, I see. Okay. Here we go. You'll probably get this one as well. Number 6. The UK's 1969 Eurovision winning song Boom Banga Bang was performed by which singer? The UK's 1969 Eurovision winning song Boom Banga Bang was performed by which singer? Number 7. In which decade did the Tyne and Wear Metro light rail network open? In which decade did the Tyne and Wear Metro light rail network open? Next one. Anybody into rugby? Anybody into rugby? A question on rugby. Which UK rugby union team plays home games at the Liberty Stadium? Which UK rugby union team plays home games at the Liberty Stadium? Here we go. Anybody know any Welsh? Anybody know any Welsh? I've got Welsh in my blood, but I don't know any. Here we go. Gwyn, Gwyn, is Welsh for which colour? Gwyn is Welsh for which colour? Some of you will get the next question, I'm sure, because I'm sure some of you will have been there. Number 10. The melon yard and the pineapple pit are features of which famous Cornish gardens? The melon yard and the pineapple pit are features of which famous Cornish gardens? Number 11. In which decade did the Flying Scotsman make its first journey? In which decade did the Flying Scotsman make its first journey? That was number 11. Number 12. What is the minimum age at which somebody can legally ride a motorcycle, not a moped, in the UK? So number 12. What is the minimum age at which somebody can legally ride a motorcycle, not a moped, in the UK? I suspect some of you will get this one as well. Number 13. Well, I expect most of you will get this one. Number 13. Who was the UK's first Prince Consort? Who was the UK's first Prince Consort? Number 14. The oldest underwater tunnel in the world lies under which river? The oldest underwater tunnel in the world lies under which English river, I should say. So the oldest underwater tunnel in the world lies under which English river? This shows you how up to date this book is. This question is going to reveal how up to date this book is. The early May bank holiday was moved to a Friday in 2020 to mark the 75th anniversary of what event? So that's literally only 5 months ago. The early May bank holiday was moved to a Friday in 2020 to mark the 75th anniversary of what event? Number 16. What is the postcode area code for Glasgow? What is the postcode area code for Glasgow? Number 17. The town of Caerphilly lies in which historic county of Wales? The town of Caerphilly lies in which historic county of Wales? Number 18. In relation to employment, for what do the initials SSP stand for? In relation to employment, for what do the initials SSP stand for? The next one I'm sure you'll all get as well. Golden and white-tailed are the two species of which bird of prey found in the wild in the UK? Golden and white-tailed are the two species of which bird of prey found in the wild in the UK? Number 20. Which river forms much of the border between County Antrim and County Down? Which river forms much of the border between County Antrim and County Down? Okay, let me zip through those one more time before we do the questions. Number 1, who was the first Prime Minister to occupy 10 Downing Street? Number 2, the Kelpie sculptures near Falkirk are based on which animal? Number 3, in which decade was the National Cyber Security Centre established in the UK? Number 4, which Wiltshire monument is a focal point for the celebration of the summer and winter solstices? Number 5, who was the UK leader of the opposition from 2001 to 2003? Number 6, the UK's 1969 Eurovision winning song Boom Banga Bang was performed by which singer? Number 7, in which decade did the Tyne and Wear Metro Light Rail network open? Number 8, which UK rugby union team plays home games at the Liberty Stadium? Gwyn, Gwyn, is Welsh for which colour? Number 10, the Melon Yard and the Pineapple Pit are features of which famous Cornish gardens? Number 11, in which decade did the Flying Scotsman make its first journey? Number 12, what is the minimum age at which someone can legally ride a motorcycle, not a moped, in the UK? Number 13, who was the UK's first Prince Consort? Number 14, the oldest underwater tunnel in the world lies under which English river? Number 15, the early May bank holiday was moved to a Friday in 2020 to mark the 75th anniversary of what event? Number 16, what is the postcode area for Glasgow, or postcode area code for Glasgow? Number 17, the town of Caerphilly lies in which historic county of Wales? Number 18, in relation to employment, for what do the initials SSP stand? Number 19, golden and white-tailed are the two species of which bird of prey found in the wild in the UK? Number 20, which river forms the border, or much of the border, between County Antrim and County Down? That's our last questions tonight. Let me just take a sip of water and then we'll do the answers. Okay, here we go then. Number 1. Who was the first Prime Minister to occupy 10 Downing Street? It was Sir Robert Walpole. Number 2. The Kelpie sculptures near Falkirk are based on which animal? It's the horse. In which decade was the National Cyber Security Centre established in the UK? It's the 2010s. It's actually 2016. Number 4, which Wiltshire monument is a focal point for the celebration of the summer and winter solstices? Stonehenge. Number 5, who was the UK leader of the opposition from 2001 to 2003? It was Sir Ian Duncan Smith. Number 6, the UK's 1969 Eurovision winning song Boom Banga Bang was performed by which singer? It was Lulu. Lulu. Number 7, in which decade did the Tyne and Wear Metro Light Rail network open? It was 1980s, and it was actually in 1980 itself. Number 8, which UK rugby union team plays home games at the Liberty Stadium? It's the Ospreys. The Ospreys. Number 9, Gwyn is Welsh for which colour? It's white. White. Number 10, the Melon Yard and Pineapple Pit are features of which famous Cornish gardens? It's the Lost Gardens of Heligan. Number 11. In which decade did the Flying Scotsman make its first journey? It was the 1860s, believe it or not. The 1860s, actually in 1862. Number 12. What is the minimum age at which someone can legally ride a motorcycle, not a moped, in the UK? It is 17. 17. Number 13. Who was the UK's first Prince Consort? It was Prince Albert in 1857. Prince Albert. Number 14. The oldest underwater tunnel in the world lies under which English river? It was the River Thames, and it's the Rotherhithe to Wapping Tunnel. The Rotherhithe to Wapping Tunnel. I like this book because it actually gives you more detail than just the actual straight answer. That's quite good, isn't it? Number 15. The early May bank holiday was moved to a Friday in 2020 to mark the 75th anniversary of what event? It was VE Day. VE Day. Victory in Europe Day. Number 16. What is the postcode area code for Glasgow? It is G. G. Number 17. The town of Caerphilly lies in which historic county of Wales? It's Glamorgan. Glamorgan. Number 18. In relation to employment, for what do the initials SSP stand? It is statutory sick pay. Number 19. Golden and white-tailed are the two species of which bird of prey found in the wild in the UK? It is the eagle. The eagle. And number 20. Which river forms much of the border between County Antrim and County Down? It's the River Lagan. Lagan. River Lagan. There we go. That's the end of our third round plus our picture round this evening. How did you do with that round? Was it any better than the previous one? That's what we want to know, because the previous one was a bit of a disaster. I know there's probably 3 or 4 easy questions in that. 11. Well, that's a bit better, Les, isn't it? Hopefully, if Les has got 11, everybody else is going to be doing okay with round about that score. Or 8 for Gina. Yeah, not too bad. Better than the last round, definitely. 13 for the Rivers. 13 for Angela Pierce, that is, because we've got 2 Angelas on tonight. What else we got? 11 for Sheila. 10 for the Gills. 8 for Denise. 11 for the Thomases. 11 for Andrew. 15 for Cassie. 9 for Tracy and Lisa, linked by Zoom, I believe. 10 for the Dillistons, 10 for Richard, 10 for the other Angela, Angela Welton, 12 for Steph. Let's see if we've got anybody on the other side. I'm going over to the other side. 9 for Gillian over on YouTube. Anybody else on YouTube? Nobody else is owning up on YouTube tonight. We've normally got Malcolm and the McDonald's on YouTube, but they're obviously not there tonight, or they're not talking to me. Any more scores on the doors, or is that it for tonight? Well, I think just to sum up tonight, I think the picture round was good. Seemed to go okay, but I think that one, Evelyn 4. I think that one round was pretty gruesome, wasn't it? It really was a difficult one, that one. I will have a look at them next week and see if I can answer 3 or 4 of the questions. If I can answer 3 or 4 of them, then everybody's going to be scoring 8, 10, 12 points at least. So we come to the end of another quiz. Another week in lockdown, another quiz. And we'll be out next week. I might try my other new quiz book next week and see what that one's like. Or we might do a mix. I might take one from the old quiz book and one from the new one, and a picture one from the new one. Just see how we go. Now, don't forget, if you want to join us tomorrow morning, live stream of the services at 9:30. I will be doing a test from the church previous to that, after the issues with Facebook this afternoon or this evening, because I'm sure the setup in the church is going to have exactly the same problem with Facebook when I get up there in the morning. So once I get the equipment up, I shall probably put a test card up for a few minutes just to check everything's working. So don't think you're getting up late or anything. It'll just be a bit of a test. No, my new book, I don't think it's got a Kylie round, but the old book has got a Kylie round. Yes, we will do a Kylie round. I mean, Kylie's been very busy this week, so maybe we should have done the Kylie round tonight. But we will do a Kylie round one week. We will, definitely. Yes, it was a bit more testing tonight. Definitely a bit more testing. But if it was easy and everybody got 30 out of 30 or 20 out of 20 every week, it'd be absolutely pointless, wouldn't it? So it's all about having a go, testing the knowledge and learning and having some fun. So there we go. I hope the rest of your weekend is okay, although with the weather like it is, I think we're all best stayed wrapped up indoors. But hopefully the weekend won't be too bad. Hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow. And if not, hope you all have a good week. And we'll be back here the same time, in the same place, not with the same questions, next week. So, good evening and see you soon.